Hello, everybody. I hope everybody can see me and hear me okay. Um, if you can't, I'm sure somebody will call me and let me know that my audio and stuff is a little screwed up. Okay, so I am hoping I am tuning in with you guys through my iPad Pro. Okay, so the reason why I wanted to use my iPad is because I figured where I'm gonna walk around the room a little bit and then I'm gonna like start talking to you guys about some of the stuff that I've purchased that I like and some of the stuff that I've gotten where I'm kind of like, why the hell did I get that? You know what I'm saying? So I figured this would be a really, really good video for folks that are starting to think about getting an embroidery. You guys don't know what to get, or you have been thinking on stuff and you're not sure about it. In the world of embroidery, there is a lot of stuff. Is gets very, very expensive. And it's just a lot. Okay, sometimes a lot of people think, oh, it's just the machine. Well, no, it's not the machine. It goes a lot further than that. Okay, and it is really a skill that you have to work at, and there's just a lot of parts to it, right? So let's start talking about some of the stuff. Okay, so I am going to unplug my iPad. I know I'm charged at 100%. Okay, so hopefully I don't outdo the iPad. Okay, so let's start walking around over here. Okay, let's see. All right, since I know I got the camera over here. All right, so let's talk about machines. Machines is the first thing that people they have to spend their money on when they want to do embroidery, right? So as you guys know, if you guys have been watching me for quite some time, right, you guys know that I have like 3 embroidery machines in my room. Okay, now the first one that I have is this one that's right here. Okay, that's the Brother SC 1900. And I got to tell you, I am thinking about upgrading it to the SC 2000, but I am not sure because there's a big price difference. It's like a $600 price difference. So I don't know if I want to make that investment. So we'll talk more about that. And then right behind me, right here, I have my 10 needle machine, which is a Brother PR 1055X. And then I have here a 6 needle machine, which is a Brother, I have a 6 needle machine, which is a Brother PR 670E. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about machines because we could have a little conversation about that. Okay, let me put you guys down. Let's talk about this because I did write down some notes and I want to share this with you guys. Okay, what the fuck. Got it. Okay, sorry. Okay, got it. I accidentally hit a mute button. Okay. Can you guys hear me now? Okay. Still no sound? Okay. Maybe I should do sign language or something. All right. I can hear you. Okay. All right, cool. Maybe we should start doing sign language and stuff. Hold on. Okay. All right. So, sorry about that. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Boy. Got distracted here. All right, here we go. Back to the machines. We are talking about machines over here. Okay. Got my girlfriend. She thinks I'm going to go to steam room tonight. No. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to the machines. All right. Now, as you guys saw, I do have 3 machines. I have the single needle machine, I have a 10 needle machine, and a 6 needle machine, 10 needle machine, and a 1 needle machine. All right. Now, let's first talk about the 1 needle machine. Do I regret buying that? Absolutely not. Okay. The reason why I don't regret getting it. Oh, and here comes Mello. Oh, God. Okay. Here you go. You want to make your cameo? There you go. All right. Good dog. All right. So the single needle machine, I definitely do not regret buying it. I got a SC 1900, which SC stands for sewing and embroidery. Okay. One of the things that I like about these combo machines is that you get, like, you know, the best of both worlds, right? You get to do embroidery and you also get to do some sewing. So for me, it was $1,000. And I think to me it was a really, really good investment because it really got my feet wet into the world of embroidery. And it helped me learn if this was something that I really wanted to do or not. Because I really wasn't sure in the beginning, okay? So the thing is, embroidery machines can really cost a lot of money. And you don't want to be investing a lot of money if it's not something that you're really sure you're going to be passionate about or something that you really want to do, you know, as a business or even, you know, at all, right? So for me, that was a really great investment. Now, I got that machine about like 4 years ago. Now, do I still use it today? Yes, I do. I still use it for embroidery and I still use it for sewing. And that is one of the things that I really liked about the machine. A lot of times people talk about hoop size, right? The bigger the hoop size that you can afford, really the better you are, okay? Now, they have flatbed machines that have very big hoops, and they also have some, you know, some machines that have very small ones. Like if you know, the really affordable ones, like the cheap ones you can get that are like 4x4, right? So, I mean, to me, it's like you can't go wrong. If you don't know for sure if this is something that you want to do, then I would say go with a low brand. I mean, not a low brand. But what I mean is a small a machine that is kind of like you know, very inexpensive. You don't want to be spending all your money for something you're really not sure about. Okay. Now, let's say you know this is your passion. This is your thing. This is what you want to do. This is really what you want. Okay. If you can afford it, okay, then I recommend going to a flatbed machine that has a big hoop or a multi-needle machine. Now, you got to remember that flatbeds and multi-needle machines, they can be comparison in price. A lot of people have the misperception that they think that because you have a flatbed machine that they're not as expensive. They are just as expensive as multi-needle machines, okay? When you are looking at flatbed embroidery machines like the Luminaire, those things can run you about $15,000. All right, just like my 10 needle multi-needle machine, that was $15,000 too. Right. So the real tiebreaker to me is when you have to ask yourself the question of what is the type of embroidery that you want to do? Okay. What, you know, are you planning on embroidering hats? Are you planning on embroidering bags? You know, things where you're going to need the arm. Okay. And when I'm talking about the arm, and then look who I have right here, right in the middle of the, of my sewing room, making it more difficult for me. Oh God. Okay. So what I mean about it is this is the arm. Okay. You see the arm right here? So it makes it a little easier for you to hoop things when you want to do embroidery. As for the flatbeds, what I'm talking about a flatbed is I'm talking about something like this where this is really the sewing machine part. I don't have the attachment, but it's just really like a whole flatbed. And I'm going to move my table around here. So I'm going to get the little piece of that so you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right, so I'm taking this out right now. Let me put this on a table right here so you guys can see. All right, so this is the flat portion of the embroidery machine. And hold on. Let me just move this because I don't want that to fall off. Great. Okay, I'm a mess today. Okay. All right. You know, I don't have a cameraman, so. I'm doing the best I can. All right. So this is the flat portion of the machine. Now, as you can see, it is flat. Okay. So if I wanted to do like a book bag or something like that, you can probably hoop it, but it might be a little bit kind of like difficult to do. Okay. As if you have something like this where you have an arm, it makes it a little easier for you to hoop. Okay. Now, let's talk about some other things about the machines. Okay. The hoops. All right. There have been a couple of things that I have bought regarding the hoops that I really, really like. Now, I'm going to set you somewhere, and right away I got Mello in here and he's biting his bone. So you might hear him in the background. Let's talk about some hoops here. Okay. Now, the Brother SC1900 single needle machines and all that kind, and even the multi-needle machines, they're going to come with hoops. A lot of times they come with these plastic hoops. Now, I'm not saying the plastic hoops are not good. They really, really are, okay? However, I have not used my plastic hoops for the multi-needle machine at all. And I'm going to show you what they look like. If I can get it out. These are the machines that come with the multi-needle machine, multi-needle machines. It's almost the same thing as the single needle machine, all right? I personally love magnetic hoops, okay? The magnetic hoops that I use for the multi-needle machines are Mighty hoops. Now, this is what Mighty hoops look like. I'm going to show you right now. Okay. That stuff all over the place. Okay, they're like these, okay? Now, I am going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you right up front. These are not inexpensive at all. They are pretty expensive. However, though, I'm going to tell you guys, I am very, very frugal, okay? I do not like to spend my money on just anything, all right? But I will tell you, even though these run about $120 to $150 a pop, okay? It depends on the size that you get, all right? And I have a lot of them, okay? They are worth every penny, all right? They really do make the hooping process a lot easier. They really do hold the fabric very well in place. So they are worth every dime, all right? I have several of these in almost every size. And, so to me, this was definitely it's a thumbs up. I would definitely buy it. I mean, they are expensive. That's the only downside of it. But to be honest, rest assured that when you do invest in these things, you're golden. You are good to go. They're worth every penny. You're not wasting your money when it comes to the hoops, okay? Now, for hat hoops, okay? This is the one that I purchased for my flatbed machine, okay? Now, the thing, though, with this, all right, was this worth the money? Absolutely. This was not that expensive. I think, if anything, I think I paid about like $40, $50, something like that. However, though, this does not seem to be something that's really readily available anymore. I bought this off a Etsy shop, and I think they created a whole other website, and it's called hathoop.com. But the thing is, the thing that it is a good product. The product itself, worth the money, okay? The problem that I see right now is that I did get a lot of people that were reaching out to me because they were trying to buy it off of Etsy, and they were not getting their orders. I don't know, for some reason, something happened. Something was happening, and I think the owner was trying to set up shop somewhere else. I don't know how they're doing right now, so I don't know if it was just a glitch that they were going through, some growing pains. Maybe they got a whole bunch of orders and they couldn't keep up with the orders, or because they were trying to switch locations, it was really difficult to keep up with the orders. I don't know. I don't know what was going on, but I do know that their reviews in Etsy kind of went down a little bit. It suffered because of that. And, but I will say this, I got this from them. I kind of got this right after I got my SC1900 to do the hats. I love it. I did find an alternative on Amazon. Did not like it at all. It worked, but it was heavy. It was just really heavy. This was just such a simple concept. It's like, you just put the brim of the hat right inside this little slit right here, and you get to embroider. So this was definitely worth the money. The only thing is that if you are shopping for something like this right now, I would say go to hathoop.com, reach out to the owner, and see what the situation is, because I don't know. Maybe they're caught up right now. I'm not sure about it. So, just something to kind of think about, all right, and stuff. So, another thing I want to talk to you about machines, because machines is a question that I get a whole lot from people. They're always like, Jeanette, what machine should I buy? Should I, what should I invest in and stuff like that? I know some people get a little frustrated because I always tell them I don't push any brand machines. I just don't do that, okay? Because every machine has its own function. Every machine works different, and everybody's needs are different, okay? My needs may not be the same as yours. So you really, what I always say is just do your homework. Do your homework, do the research, learn about the functionality. And the thing that is, to me, is the most important is the support. See, try to learn as much information as you possibly can about the type of support they provide for the machine. And, just don't think about the support that you're going to get right after you get the machine, or you're going to have for 1 or 2 years. Think about the support you're going to have when you own the machine for 5, 6 years from now. Okay, that to me is really important, because it's like buying a car. I mean, if you really think about it, these things are very expensive. They are not cheap. They're not cheap machines at all. I mean, and I even know people that go in debt trying to get these machines. So, my whole thing is just make sure you do your homework. Make sure you ask around. If you know someone that has an embroidery machine, try to see if you can go visit them, see how it works. Talk to the vendors. When you're talking to salespeople, always be conscientious also that when you're talking to salespeople, usually you're talking to them and they trying to make a sale. So, you got to keep that in mind, so my whole thing is just do your homework, look at everything, and make sure that when you're getting a machine, it's not only going to satisfy the needs that you have today, but are also going to satisfy your requirements in the future as well. Okay. So, oh my goodness. Mello is here distracting me like crazy. All right. So let me go down some of the stuff over here. I know I'm a little crazy with the video and stuff. Let's start talking about some of the stuff I got in this room. All right. So I already touched a little bit on the embroidery machines. Okay. And we talked about the flatbeds. We talked a little bit about the multi-needles. Okay. Now, the other thing that I also talked to you guys about were the hoops. All right. Now, besides the hoops, there are 2 other things that I bought pretty on the pricey side, but to me were worth every penny. And that's these babies right here. Okay. Now, what you see right here this is the hooping station for multi-needle machines. Okay. This is the hooping station for my flatbed machine, the SC1900. So to me, this runs, I think they're in like 300 range. This is worth every penny. I gotta tell you, it is really worth it. It makes hooping a whole lot easier. I did a video, an in-depth review on this Hoop Master Home Edition. It's something that if you have a single needle machine and you just want to keep using a single needle machine, I would say look into these. And they don't just have these for the brother machines. They have them for all other types of different single needle machines as well. So make sure that when you call them up, I recommend calling them when you order it, because you want to make sure that what you are ordering is actually going to work with the machine that you have. Okay. So, just that's, I would just talk to them, tell them this is the embroidery machine that I have. And this is what I want to, make sure that it works with these hoops. But to me, this was really good. I did a video on the in-depth review of the Hoop Master Home Station. And, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, it's like these things are pricey. Okay, embroidery is expensive. It really, truly, truly is. So, but the thing is, when you start to invest in the embroidery stuff, you don't want cheap equipment. You don't want cheap stuff because it's going to cost you more in the long term. You know, that's how I see it. The Hoop Master for the multi-needle machine, which is this one right here. This is something that I use all the time. All the time. Well, I actually use both all the time, actually. I mean, this one, whenever I'm hooping for the multi-needle machine, I use it. These are the extenders. This was worth every penny because no matter what hoop I'm using, I get to extend this higher or lower, okay? I'm telling you, I think all the products that I've gotten from the Mighty Hoops regarding hooping stations and all that kind of stuff, even though they are very, very pricey, they have all proven their value. They really, truly have. I mean, I have not ever purchased a piece of equipment from that company and found that I didn't use it or that it just didn't fit what I wanted it to be, you know? So to me, if you're looking for good quality hoops, I highly recommend looking at them. They really, really are cool. You know, I mean, I really liked it. They were really worth it. So, but now that I got all the real like pricey stuff out of the way, let's talk about some other stuff that is a little bit much more affordable. Things that I purchased that I use in my sewing room that I thought was really worth the money. Okay. Now, you guys probably gonna laugh, okay? But I purchased these, okay? These I got from Amazon. They were pretty inexpensive, and you probably don't even have to go to Amazon and get the ones that I got. You could probably get something like this at the dollar store. These are like little garbage cans, okay? And to be honest, if you don't even want to buy one, you could probably make this, all right? Because if you're sewing and stuff like that, you can make your own little stuff. I use these right here on, I have them clipped over here, and I use that so that I can, you know, use that for like threads that I cut and all that kind of stuff. These things, these garbage cans get kind of full, I tell you. Not just full of threads. Sometimes I when I'm tearing away stabilizer and stuff like that, that's kind of like my garbage cans in my sewing room. It's usually what I have in there. So, you know, let me see. What else? Okay, let me tell you what I regret. Okay, these are some things that I regret. All right, look behind me, guys. All right, so right here, you can see I have my fabric stash, okay? That's a little bit of a regret, and I'm going to tell you why, okay? Let's go in a little bit more so that way you guys can see what I'm talking about, okay? So let's look right here. We're going to look right in here, okay? As you can see, I have, let me get out of the way here, a lot of fabric, okay? And I gotta tell you, I think we all have this issue. It's like you go to the Joann's, you go to a Hobby Lobby, you go to any kind of fabric store, and then you go, oh, that's a pretty piece of fabric, and you just buy a yard or you buy half a yard, and you bring it home, and you always, when you're looking at the fabric, you're thinking that you're gonna like do something with it, and then when you go home, you're looking at it, and now you're like wondering, what the hell am I gonna do with it? So yeah, so that is one regret that I have. Is that I am not buying my fabric and really thinking about, or if I do think about it, what I'm going to do with the fabric, I don't really like do it, you know, but I guess you could say, you know, it's like I want to like do something and then I get too busy because I get too many orders on the Etsy shop, or you know, I gotta film and all that kind of stuff, and then I still do work full time, so you know, I can't do this while I'm working, so it gets kind of like crazy. So yeah, one of my regrets is the fabrics. I should not buy anymore, which I have to admit, I stopped watching the channel So Yay that sells the fabrics online because I can't buy any more fabric because I need to do something with the fabric that I have. I have been through some kits. I'm telling you, I have been through the velvet kit where I'm like, oh, I love the fabric velvet. Then I brought all this velvet, right? And I still don't know what I'm going to do with the velvet. Then I started buying silk, and then I started buying leather, and I'm like, what are you doing, Jeanette? What's going on? Okay. So yeah, so now I'm going on a fabric strike. I'm not buying any more fabrics. That's it. Okay, so that's a little regret that I have going on right now. Now, as you can see, looking behind me, I don't know if I'm moving the camera right. Okay, I got threads. Okay, I got threads. All right, and this is not just the threads that I have. Okay, let's look behind here. I got little tubs of threads here. Now, is that a regret? No, it's not, because as much as thread that you see in this room, to me, it's a good thing, because I have a lot of customers that come to me that need embroidery, and sometimes you'd be surprised the amount of thread that that you got to have, because you have to have the different colors, right? So, and what's funny is that here I am sitting down, and I got Mel over here right smack in the middle. Okay, so I'm gonna walk around here. Okay, Mel, excuse me. And as you can see, I want to show you guys right here more thread. Okay, so yeah, I got thread all over the place. And what really gets me too is when I have all this thread, and then I have a customer that wants a particular color, and out of all the threads I have in this room, all of them, I don't have that color. And it's just amazing to me, so I'm just like, really, like I had to order blue, but a lot of my threads that I have in here are 40 weight. Okay, and sometimes what happens is I'll have a customer that has an order and it's a small font. You got to use 60 weight thread for that, so I had to order the 60 weight in the blue. So, but that's okay. Now the other thing though, let me talk, since we're talking about thread, let's talk a little bit about the large threads, the big combs versus the small combs. Okay. A lot of people have like this idea that when you have an embroidery business, that all you do is buy big combs, right? I kind of tell people, me personally, I always use small combs, and I'm going to tell you why. Small combs are more affordable, okay? The big combs cost more. What I do have a collection of big combs, but I am going to tell you, the reason why you see these big combs here are because these are colors that I use frequently, all right? So I always tell people the best thing to do when you are looking at threads and you're thinking about, how should you supply your threads? I always say buy the sets. That's what I like to do. I like to buy the sets of small combs of different types of color fabrics. Now, as the color runs out and I'm getting really low, that to me is an indication that is a particular color that I'm going to be using a lot in my shop. So what I end up doing is I'll replace those small combs with the big combs. And when I replace them, usually what I'll do is instead of buying one comb, I'll buy two. And the reason why I do that is because I have two multi-needle machines. So if I have an order that's like the same design, I can't run it on two machines because I only got one comb of thread. But if I have two combs of thread, then I can have both machines running to do those designs and stuff. So, yeah, so that's something that's, something to think about when you're spending your money on thread, okay? Because you can overspend money on thread. And there's a lot of different brands out there too, all right? Now, I personally have not have issues with a particular thread that I've used where I'm kind of like, oh, this thread is no good, okay? You know what? No, that's not true. I'm gonna show. Well, this was a sewing thread. It's not an embroidery thread. There's one thread that I came through where I was kind of like, man, they took my money. Okay, but okay. Now well, sticking with embroidery now, I've used Madeira, I've used Nanny thread, I've used Sim thread, I've used Brother thread, I've used the candle thread. All 5 of them seem to work okay with me. Okay, I have not had any issues with any of them. Now, what is my preference? Okay, of all the threads that I have, I love the Sim thread, the Brother thread, and the Madeira. Okay. Oh, and I also have glide thread as well. And glide thread is really nice. I mean, they are, they're good quality threads. Okay. Now, but let's talk about the sewing thread since we're talking about sewing thread. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to go through because I want to show you guys. And once again, I have Mello right in the smack in the middle of the room. I tell you, boy, he is a trip, this dog. Anyway, I'm going to scoop in here and I'm going to grab a box because I want to show you some threads that I purchased that I thought was really not a good buy at all. And I got to tell you, I don't remember the name of this thread, okay? This to me was very, very, very cheap, okay? I bought it because I was looking for sewing thread because I had bought a Juki quilting sewing machine and I wanted to learn how to quilt. And, I really, I wanted to buy thread, right? But I wanted like a whole set, just like, you get a set of embroidery thread with a bunch of different colors. Well, I wanted to get a set of sewing threads with different colors as well. So I bought this set, okay? And I'm going to tell you, let me put it by the camera. See all that fuzz? Do you see that fuzz? That fuzz, it's just very fuzzy. So right off the bat, I should have returned this thread. That's what I should have did. But then I was like, it's okay. It'll be fine. It sews okay. But I have to tell you, I am not thrilled about all this fuzz that you see on here. It is just not something that I was like, I was like, okay. And it came in a lot of colors. Okay. It came in a lot of colors. I mean, I got purple, I got pink, light pink, yellow, green, gray, brown, orange, light blue, gray. But I don't like it. I really don't like it. Okay, so what did I do? Well, I really like quality stuff, right? So I'm like, all right, so they took my money and stuff. So I went to Joann's and then I got this type of thread, and this is I think it's the Clark's thread. And I like it because look, if you look at it right now, you see there's really very little length. If you look at it, see? Very little length, not a lot, okay? As for like when I hold this up, you could kind of see the lint right on there. It just doesn't look clean. It just, I don't know, it just looks real fuzzy and stuff. So I'm like, okay, so this thread is really better. So, to me, it's spend the money on the thread. Don't be cheap and go, oh, it's cheap thread. Let me buy good quality thread. Spend the money on it. Okay. Now, another thing that I bought, which a lot of people seem to like this thread, but I gotta tell you something. I'm not thrilled by it. Because I didn't like the thread that I got from Amazon because of all that fuzz and stuff. I went because I heard that a lot of people like this brand, which is the Jinter. I don't know what it's called. Okay, Jinterman or whatever. So I got this. All right. Now I'm gonna tell you something. Opening it up right off the bat, I do see it is good quality thread. Okay, I mean it's not really cheap thread. It's not fuzzy like the other one. Here's one out of the box. It's not fuzzy or anything like that. This is the problem that I have with this thread. The quantity, okay? The amount of thread you get. All right? Okay? Y'all know my Genetish and my Spanglish, okay? So it's the not the quality. The quality's good. It's good thread. It's the quantity, the amount, okay? This to me looks like a very small amount of thread. And, I used the white that's in this box. And I got to tell you, it ran out pretty quick. It just, I was kind of like, okay, like, all right. And I don't know if you can get this type of thread in a bigger amount. I'll have to look into that and see. I mean, it's very good thread. I mean, I liked it, and I sewed with it and everything. But the white thread, it just ran out really, really quickly. So I was just kind of like, that kind of sucks. So it is only, when I look at the box right here, it says 110 yards. So it's not exactly something that I don't know. So to me, would I buy this value pack again? I don't think so. I wouldn't. What I would do moving forward is I would probably invest in the Clark thread, because I feel like here you're getting a lot more thread than these little ones. Okay, you're gonna run out really quick with these. You're not gonna run out that much with these. So I really would, with this is like the Clarks that I got from Joann's, and Joann's, you can get the little coupons and all that kind of stuff. And if you're military, you get 15% off, and I think teachers get 15% off too. So, just something to keep in mind. So, I like this because I feel like it'll last longer. It's not that it's a bad thread. It's just that it's not enough thread. So I really am not a fan of these small amounts. That's just my thing. I don't know. So to me, this was not a good buy. And for me, when I bought this kind of thread from Amazon, it was just, I saw the assorted colors. So I was thinking, oh, let me just get a box of the assorted colors. That way, if I'm ever sewing something, I have a color right there, No, it wasn't worth it. So to me, I mean, I have it, and I'll probably use it. But, you could tell, looking at it, and even by touching it and feeling it, I could tell that the thread is pretty cheap. It's not good thread. So, oh, there it is. It's Coats and Clark. Now, this is outdoor thread. This is outdoor thread that I use for sewing outdoor pillows. So, yeah, I mean, their threads are really, really, really good. Their threads are good too. It's just keep in mind that you're not going to get a large amount. That's the only thing. So, that's the only thing with the threads. Now, let's talk bobbins though. All right. So, I like to buy pre-winded bobbins. All right. I feel that what you pay for a box of 100 pre-wind bobbins is kind of worth the money, because they're already pre-winded and they really do a really good job in pre-winding the bobbins. And I'll show you. Now, these are the ones that I use for my my single needle machine. Okay. And I get these off of Amazon and stuff. And as you can see, looking at this, and I'm going to show you right off the bat. If you look at this, you can tell that it's very, very tightly winded, and it's good quality. Okay. So to me, I just feel like these last a very, very long time. You get a lot of thread in each of the bobbins. I really feel this is your money's worth. Okay. Now, I did in the very beginning, before even using these, I was going and I was buying the bobbin thread itself. And then I was thinking, oh, I'm going to save money and I'm just going to wind my own bobbins and all that kind of stuff. That got old really quick. Okay. It's a good idea. And if you want to do that, it's something that you can do. Okay. And it might be even cheaper if you do it that way. Okay. But to me, I just really like that, a box of these, which you get like 144 pieces. So you get 144 bobbins already pre-winded, where you can just take them and pop them in. So to me, it was kind of worth the extra money. So, it's not a bad deal. Okay. Now, when it comes to my multi-needle machines, okay, I remember when I first got my multi-needle machine, I had no idea that you could not use the same bobbin from your single needle machine to the multi-needle machine. Okay, the reason is because the multi-needle machine uses sideless bobbins. Now, sideless bobbins are like these, okay? And I use the magnetic ones, all right? Oh, these are just the cores. Okay, well, I have them in this little box right here. But they come in this box, okay, and stuff. I just have the empty magnet cores in there because you can return them. All right, so let me show you what these look like. All right, so these are the bobbins that I use for the multi-needle machine. So as you can see, there is no plastic on the sides of these, okay? These don't have any plastics at all right? So they just have, just the core. And as you can see, the black side, this is the magnetic, and this is the part that you would put inside the bobbin case, okay? These are really, really good, and they're pretty, they can be kind of pricey. So I get these from HAB. It's called HAB, H-A-B, and then a +, dash. Okay, so I think if you have like an LLC or a business account or something like that, you can get your bobbins from them. Worth every penny. Now, I have purchased the bobbins without the core. I didn't like them, okay, because it kind of threw off the tension on my embroidery machine. So I had to like adjust the tension to do that and stuff. So when my sister got her sewing machine, and you can use these bobbins also in your brother SC1900. You don't have to just use the sideless, okay? So what I did was I just sent them to her. So I was like, okay, because she has the brother. So I was like, I bought those because I wanted to use those bobbins on the multi-needle machine. But because I didn't like those other ones because they just messed up the tension on my machine. I just sent them back. I just gave them to Nancy, and I told Nancy, you can have them. And I bought a whole box. I bought a lot. So I think Nancy should have enough bobbins to last her for maybe like two or 3 years, I think. Okay, so I kind of hooked the sister up. All right, so anyway. But, so for bobbins, that's a really, really good buy, okay? Now, let's talk about heat press. Sometimes people ask me a lot about my heat press. I got my heat press from Pro World Inc. Okay. At the time I bought it, I think it was like about $350. I think that was a very, very good buy. I know that some people use the heat presses from Satchels, but they're kind of like on the they're pretty much more expensive. But I figured to start off, this would do pretty good. You can also get heat presses from Amazon. Sometimes they have them on Amazon. You can probably get them. The reason why I didn't go the Amazon route on getting my heat press is because every time I looked at Amazon, there was always like a very big mix on the reviews, right? So it was like you had like a whole bunch of people that hated them. Then you had like a whole bunch of people that loved them. And you really didn't know what to believe, right? You really didn't know what was going to be like a good heat press, right? And the thing is, heat presses are big, they're heavy, they're bulky. I didn't want to deal with any type of restocking fee or anything like that. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to get it off of Amazon. So then I started looking at the reviews for this one. And one of the things that I really like about this one, and let me take this out of the way so that you guys can see, is that this one actually has like a pull-out drawer, right? So what I like about this, let me take this off here. What I really like about this is, you have some heat presses that they don't pull out at all. So this gets extremely hot, all right? And you can burn yourself, okay? Because what happens is you want to put your t-shirt or something or the towel all the way in, or the dinner napkin, whatever it is that you're pressing. You want to push it all the way in, and then you can easily accidentally, like when you're lifting your hand off the item, you can actually like smack it on top of this, okay? And you're talking about something that is like, sometimes I run mine up to 325 degrees. And then if I'm using sublimation, it goes up to like over 400. So you're talking about something that is extremely hot and you don't want to get burnt. So I'm a chicken when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I'm always looking at, you know, safety and everything. So I like this one because it has the pull out draw. So when I am placing something on here, I pull out the draw, I place it. That way there's more space, right? So I'm not like going to accidentally burn myself. And then what I can do is I can pull this back in and then I can just clamp it down and then I can do that. So to me, I've had this now for, I think about 5 years. Okay. I've had this. I bought this before I even got my sewing machine because I was using my Cricut machine to do like a whole bunch of t-shirts and all that kind of stuff with heat vinyl transfer. So I bought this. So this has been around with me for a very long time. It's still working. No issues at all. You know, but yeah, I mean, you know, this has been pretty good. This was a very good investment for $307. I don't know how much it is now because remember I bought this years ago and I got this from Pro World Inc. But and I don't know where they are in price. Okay, and this is the 15 by 15. They do have ones that are like 16 by 20. But I was like, I really don't need it that big. I really don't need it that big. And a lot of times what I usually use this for is so that I can, you know, flat iron the tender touch on my kitchen towels and also on my, you know, my dinner napkin. So that's usually what I use it for. So, you know, it's kind of like, you know, it's not like I really needed an 16 by 20. To me, it was too much. 15 by 15 worked for me. This to me was a good buy. It was definitely worth every penny. Okay. Now, right here, I also put something on my table because I wanted to share this with you guys. Let's talk about vinyl, okay, for a little bit because we use vinyl for embroidery a lot, okay. And I learned a lesson the hard way, okay, the real hard way. And this was definitely something that was a waste of money that I don't recommend anyone to do at all. I went on Amazon during the Christmas holidays because I wanted to do hand sanitizer holders for gifts, right? So what I did was I went online and I saw all these vinyls and they're just small sheets, okay? And they were look how cute, like cute Christmas patterns, you know, the buffalo prints. And I thought, oh, this is really cute. And this would look really nice on the hand sanitizers, right? No, do not. You know why? Because they advertise this as vinyl. If you really look at it, all it is it's paper. Look at how it tears. See? Vinyl doesn't tear like this. Okay? So this is really cardstock where they just, I don't know. I don't know what the hell they did on it, you know, to make it advertise it as vinyl, but this is not vinyl. So this was huge waste of money. And I will tell you, they stink. These smell. Okay. I mean, I opened up the thing and I was like, woo, and they still kind of smell. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. If I do use them, it'll probably be something for me. It's not going to be something that I'm going to, definitely not going to sell, okay? Because, I mean, I could just see my reviews go straight downhill if I use this for any type of product because this is paper. This is just paper, okay? Thick paper. That's all it is. This is not vinyl. Even though they say it's vinyl and everything, this was, So, you know, be very careful when you are buying vinyl off of Amazon or other sites or anything like that. Make sure that you read those reviews and stuff. And what I should have did was just returned it. But the thing is, I bought it and I kept it on the side of the desk and I left it for quite some time. And by the time I found, you know, I saw that it ripped and I was like, what the heck? And then I started doing research, and I found out that other people that had purchased these types of vinyls found out that, no, this is not actual vinyl. Okay, so, you know, be very conscientious of that. Okay, you know, because the quality matters. Quality matters. And even as a gift, I don't even think I would recommend giving this as a gift, because if you give this to a gift, I could just imagine, you know, I do a hand sanitizer from this, and, you know, I give it to my girlfriend, you know, Angie or Robin or whatever, and, you know, or Patty, and the next thing you know, I can see it. They will call me up in a minute. They'll say, "You gave me that cheap gift. I can't believe it broke. It broke in a day." You know what I'm saying? So you don't want that to happen, okay? You don't want to be known as the friend that gives the cheap gifts, right? So even though, you know, it is the thought that counts, I know, but I just don't like that, you know. So to me, it's like, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'll probably do something with it for me, but I don't think I'm going to give this to anybody. Anyway, so, yeah. Now, what is a good buy? Because I had this issue with this vinyl, I reached out to my girlfriend, Miss Banks, and she told me about places, you know, or brands of vinyl that she had purchased that were really, really good. Now, you could get this from Amazon, and this is true vinyl, okay? If you look at this name, it's called Huglin, or I don't know, Hugin. You know, I could jack up a name, okay? So anyway, this is real vinyl, all right? And I got some of the vinyl here, that because I was making hand sanitizers for some of my friends, and you know, I cannot tear this at all. I can pull on it, but it does not tear. Okay, it does not tear. It'll stretch, but it doesn't tear. All right, so it's, you know, to me, it's real vinyl. Okay, and if you go to Joann's, ask for marine vinyl, real vinyl. I mean, it's not. This is not cardstock, and you know, when I feel this, okay, you can feel the texture. It's different. Okay, it really is different. When I touch this and then I touch this, I could tell it is paper. I just got paper. That's all I did. So I got chipped on that. But this is real vinyl and good quality. So that's what you really want and stuff. So, you know, I had the vinyl out here because I was kind of like, oh, I want to make sure you guys know about it, because, you know, a lot of times you go on and you try to buy vinyl, and I bought it because of the patterns, because I thought it was really cute patterns. I thought this was really cute. I was like, this is really nice. It'll make really cute Christmas hand sanitizer holders and stuff. No, not worth it. Not worth it at all. You know what? The one thing too that I noticed is I don't know if they actually sell real good vinyl with patterns like this. I don't know if they exist. I haven't been able to find any. And I think that's why I was really attracted to this kind of stuff, because of the pattern, because I thought, oh, this is really cute. So I was like, but you know what? If it has to be plain, then I prefer plain. I just don't want the paper stuff. I really don't. So I was just like, nope, it's not going to work for me. Okay. Now, another good buy that I really have and I use all the time and stuff is my iron. Okay. I have a Panasonic cordless iron. Okay. And I'm going to show you right now. Okay. I'm going to move you over here. As you can see, this is it. And, oh, okay. It's not going to let me unclip it. Okay. Okay. It's not going to let me. Oh, there it is. Got it. All right. So what is it that I really, really like about this is that it's absolutely cordless. No cord. No cord at all. Okay. And I really like it. You know, it has the thing where you can put the water in. I thought this was worth the money. I mean, and I have to tell you, I've owned this for several years now. Haven't had any issues with it. Now, there is some folks that complain and they say it turns off on you. It does. It does turn off on you, okay? But the thing is, I like that it does that, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm getting old. And when you're getting old, you start to forget stuff, right? You start forgetting. So I don't want to leave an iron on, you know, without using it on and then have a fire or something like that, okay? Now, sometimes people say that it turns off too quickly, okay? Well, yeah, it does. You know, I think it turns off maybe after maybe 2 or 3 minutes, something like that. I'm not too sure. I never really timed it. But there have been times that, you know, I've been using it, and if I don't go to it and lift it from the cradle and push it back, it will turn off on me. But the thing is, for me, if you are quilting, okay, or if you're sewing and you need to iron pieces and stuff like that, to me, I think it's perfect, okay? Now, I have tried little irons. I had gotten those little mini irons and stuff. It wasn't worth the money for me. I you know, they can be just as pricey, you know, but it really wasn't worth it. I just like the fact that I don't have a cord. I really do. I like that it doesn't have a cord, and I also like that it has these points on both ends. Okay, it's pointed on both ends, which is really good if you want to like sew and really get into a corner. Then this is really, really good. And I like it. It's lightweight. It's not really that heavy. And I can just, you know, put it on and off the cradle and stuff. And then, you know, it has its own little cover, you know, so it works well for me. You know, it really does. It works well. It was not a bad buy. I think it was like about, I think $89, something like that. I think it was about that much. Yeah, I don't think I spent $100 on it. But I've had this iron for a couple of years now, and you know, I've cleaned it, you know, because sometimes I've dirtied the bottom of the iron and stuff, and I cleaned it, and it works great. And I love the way it irons. I really do and stuff. Now, another thing that I bought, which I like, but I thought to myself, you know, Jeanette, you should not have done that. You should have got more of a wall rack, okay? Is this right here. I got this little thing where I turn around and stuff like that. It's okay, but I think honestly, I should have got another wall rack. That's what I think. But I do like that. I just thought it was a cute stand. I thought it was a cute stand, and I could display more colors and stuff. But honestly, because it's on the stand, sometimes I feel like we forget that it's there. And because we forget that it's there, the thread that gets the most attention are the ones that are on my wall. Okay, so it's like people will go to the wall and they'll look at all those colors, but we'll forget to look at the little round thing. So to me, that's like, I mean, if you don't have any wall to display your thread, then I would say, oh, okay, then get that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, well, I did run out of wall space now that I think about it. So I really did have too much wall space. Yeah, because if you really look at it, you guys really don't see this spot right here. This is usually where I sit when I'm like, you know, talk to you guys through that computer over there. And as you can see, I have wall space right there. Okay. You know, and I could put a rack there if I want to, but yeah, I just don't yeah, maybe I shouldn't have gotten the tower. I don't know and stuff. So it's like just something that I thought about and stuff. Now, ironing board. Okay, I know that some folks have purchased ironing boards, or they've gotten those ironing mats and all that kind of stuff. Me personally, I went the very economical route. Okay, and I'm going to show you mine. And I think you guys probably have seen it before. What I did was I just got a piece of wood, okay, and I put 2 layers of batting, and I used my fabric stash, and I just stapled it, and I used my own ironing board. So I got like my own little mini ironing board. So, you know, they sell ironing boards. You know, they have the little mats and all that kind of stuff and everything. But to me, honestly, guys, it's like, I'm like, you know, I kind of like this idea. One of the things that I really do like about this too is that as time goes on, let's say I get tired of this print, or it gets dirty or something like that. Well, all I have to do is just remove the staples that I have over here. Okay, and I know the back isn't that pretty, but the thing is, the back is always facing the table anyway. You're looking at this side. You're not really looking at this side, right? So, you know, and you can always change your fabric. You can always just go ahead and you can change up the fabric, you know? I mean, that's what I like about it. I don't know. But I know that, and I see some of these iron mats, and they can get kind of pricey. They're about like $30, $40 or something like that. You could use that money to buy more thread, or at least that's how I look at it, right? So I'm kind of like, I don't know. So to me, to get an ironing mat, I don't think it's worth the money personally, but it's you know, everybody's different. Everybody's different. So, you know, I'm not telling you in this embroidery happy hour what you should or shouldn't buy. I'm letting you know what works for me. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. Okay. Now I also have some other stuff in here too that I wanted to share with you guys. And as you can see, we got somebody over there fighting with a bone and stuff. I got my sister to thank for that, because now Mello is addicted to these bones like crazy. So anyway, yeah, look at that. He's looking at me like, how dare you talk about me like that? Okay, anyway. Let me talk to you guys about blankets, okay? I have told you guys about ordering like overseas and stuff like that for blanks and everything. Well, sometimes that works, sometimes it don't. So I always say that if you're not sure about a particular product that you're going to order overseas to see if it's something that you can use for your store as embroidery blanks, always order just a few, okay? So I went and I ordered some baby blankets because I saw baby blankets that were similar like that, what other people were selling, and it seemed to have been selling pretty good. But then later on, I found out that looking further into it, that people were starting to leave bad reviews, okay? Well, when I got my sample and I started to look at it, I kind of noticed why people were leaving bad reviews. This blanket is extremely thin material, okay? Very, very, very thin. It's pretty. It is. It has little fringes and all that kind of stuff. I thought that was cute. But the thing is, the fabric is extremely thin, all right? So this is not something that I would embroider on, okay? I kind of like the heirloom blankets, or not heirloom, heirloom blankets a lot better because they're thicker, all right? This is very, very thin. One of the things that I noticed that people were doing, some were trying to embroider on them, and I noticed there was a lot of puckering that was going on. So be very careful about the quality of the blanks that you pick, okay, that you sell, because you want stuff that is going to be very easy for you to embroider. This is not something that I mean, can you do it? You probably can, but to me, I wouldn't even chance it because it's so thin. To me, it's probably not worth it. Now, I did notice that some of the folks that had purchased these blankets, one of the things they were doing was they were putting the baby's name or the child's name using heat vinyl transfer. So, and some people left reviews saying that it was kind of cheesy, or I guess they considered it like cheap and stuff like that. Because you got to remember, embroidery is more of the upscale, right, than heat vinyl transfer. Heat vinyl transfer is nice for certain things, but you got to remember longevity. It is really not something that's going to last, okay? Embroidery usually lasts, you know, for a very long time, usually for the life of the garment, right? So, I mean, it's really more of a permanent thing. With heat vinyl transfer, you know, even when you use a heat press, as time goes on and items gets washed repeatedly, you know, it'll start to crack or it could peel, and it's going to start losing its you know, it's really nice look. It's not going to look as good. Okay. And when you are gifting someone like a baby blanket with the baby's name on it, this is usually something that they want to keep forever. They really don't, you know, they want their children to have it with them, even as adults, you know. It's a precious thing. So, you know, it's not, you know, so to me, I don't know. It's just me, you know, my opinion, you know. This was a pretty bad buy. So, and I only bought a couple in different colors and stuff, and I'll find something to do with it. I don't know what I'll do with it yet, but I'll find something. But you know, I did spend a couple of bucks, but that's okay. You know, sometimes you gotta try stuff out. I'm just glad that I just went and said, hey, I just want to sample your product, and I just, you know, just send me 4 or 5 of them, instead of me going, oh, they look beautiful in the picture, and then, you know, I buy like 500 of them, and then I have to now scratch my head wondering, what am I going to do with 500 of these? Okay. So that's just a little lessons learned. And, you know, I'm hoping that, you know, that kind of helps you guys out a little bit and stuff, because they do have a lot of products out there. You just got to make sure that you kind of, you know, get your samples, make sure so that you have a really good idea of what you're buying. All right. Now, another thing that I thought was a hit and miss for me, and I did a video on this, was my Rotary cutting board. I have 2 of them right here. Okay. I have a green one, which is Omega Grip. Okay. And this is a running cord. And then this one is a Raleigh Blake Designs. Now, I did a video on both of these. Okay. I actually, you know, I like this one. Okay. I bought this one because I thought it was really attractive. It was cute. You know, I like the color and all that kind of stuff. And this rotated. However, though, the thing that I did not like with this, and I honestly, you know, I just be conscientious. This is what happened to me. It may happen to you. I had to actually fix this when I got it. All right. It was not rolling very smoothly like this one. Okay. This is a rotating cutting mat. So it's supposed to, like, you're supposed to put it down, and, you know, while you're quilting, instead of moving your fabric around the table, you move the mat around so that way you can cut around. Okay. So this was really useful when I was making a lot of face masks. Let me tell you what happened with this one. This one was that it wasn't really, you know, when I tried to, like, you know, move it around, it wasn't like moving really smooth. It was like really rusty, right? So what I actually had to do was I had to take WD-40 and actually put it inside into there's like these little balls in here, like little bearings and stuff like that. So I actually had to take WD-40 and I actually had to, like, put it in there so that way I can get it to move around more smooth. So that was kind of like a downer, and this was more expensive than this one. And I was just like, but I did, you know, I held on to them both, but, you know, honestly, if I had to do it all over again, I would not have gotten the pink one. I just would have gotten the green one, because the green one worked right off the bat, and it was cheaper than the other one. The other one is just like, I don't know, it was just rusty, and it wasn't moving around. So I had to take, you know, like I said, I had to take WD-40, put it on the wheels to make sure that it goes smooth a little bit. And then I was just kind of like, that sucked. Okay, so and it costs more. Okay, so for something that costs more, you shouldn't have to do anything to it, but I did. Okay, another great buy, and something that I have, like, I love that I bought it, okay, is my my rolling table. Okay, I got this from Michael's. Okay, I got it for, I think it was like $100. If I have a video on how you can get this cheaper, okay, like using coupon codes, using eBay, and getting discounted gift cards. Okay, so and getting cash back. So I have a video, and actually that's really how I buy a lot of my stuff, okay? Because I am coupon queen. I mean, I don't like paying full price for anything. So anyway, the rolling table is definitely a great buy. I love this because I do have a small room, and a lot of times I need to move my table around, right? Depending on what I'm working on and everything. I would love to move it right now, but you know, I got somebody right now really focusing on a bone right about now. So he, as you can see, he's all on the way. Okay, so I'm gonna like roll right over his tail. So can't really move it that much. Maybe I can move it this way. All right, here we go. All right, so as you can see, you know, I can move my table around and everything, and I really like that. I really like that. So that that was a great buy. That was really a great buy. Okay, now another buy that I did that it's really good. It's a great machine. And the problem is not the machine, it's me. Okay. Let me turn around. Right here, you're gonna see I have my Juki. I have a Juki 1012Q straight stitch semi-industrial sewing machine. Okay. I really do like this machine a lot. Okay, I do. There is really nothing wrong with it. The only thing is I really need to find the time, and I don't have too much time. That's the problem. My time is like getting really like scarce, so I'm just like, okay. So gotta get into that. Okay, another great buy. Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about this. These little carts. Let me tell you, Michaels have them. Okay, and I think other places have them too. So shop around. Okay, don't just go to one place and say, hey, you know, I need a little thing. I really like this. You know why? Because I use this to move my stuff around with me. Okay, so this really, really, really works. Okay. Another thing too, you know, my sister, if you ever watch her channel, she's always on live at noon. Okay. She does her craft the room show and stuff. She's like dollar store queen, right? So I actually like watching her because she gets a lot of good ideas of stuff that you can use for crafting. And you don't have to spend a lot of money, okay? Because sometimes what happens is you're looking for certain things, and sometimes you can find the same thing that people are trying to sell for you to organize your craft rooms and everything like that. And you just find them in a different section, and it's almost the exact same thing and so much cheaper, okay? Like one of the things that I saw was that a lot of people are using these things. As a matter of fact, I have another one right here. Let me pull this one out better. 5 and Below. Okay, 5 and Below has this thing. All right, and all it is has these little silicone things in there, and I use these, okay, to put my pens in here, because as you saw, I had some pens right in here. These are my little markers. And then here I have another one in my cart. And as you can see, I have all my scissors and my cleaning brushes and all that kind of stuff. So, but let's talk about some of the stuff that I got in here that are really, really good buys. Something that you may want to invest in. Okay. So for instance, I told you guys about this. Don't go crazy, you know. I see some people try to sell these things for like $25. Oh, no. Go to 5 and Below. 5 and Below have these, and it's the same thing, okay, and stuff. So 5 and Below. All right. Cleaning your machines. You know how when you need to clean the lint out of your machines and all that kind of stuff and everything? Well, go to 5 and Below and get these makeup brushes. Usually you could get a whole pack, okay? Look, I went the other day, and I said, oh, these are cute brushes, okay? So I just got that. So look, they come in, look, different sizes. This was a 5-pack, okay? And you could use all these different brushes, all right? They have these different points, see? You can have one here to clean. If you need one that's really thin, you got one that's very thick, a little one that's a little medium, different sizes, okay? And you can use these to clean out your single needle machine, your multi-needle machine. And, you know, just all you have to do is just make sure you get the soft ones. That's all, you know, but don't go breaking the bank and stuff. Because what ends up happening is your machine, when you first buy your machine, right, you get these little brushes, these little lint brushes like this, right? And they're not bad, but sometimes you could lose a brush or something, right? So, you know, and then you don't want to go and have to buy a brand new brush. And this will probably cost you quite a bit, right? So my whole thing is, I look at it like this. Okay, so what is this brush gonna cost you, right? Probably gonna cost you, I don't know, let's say they charge you $5, right? Then you got to pay for the shipping and all that kind of stuff, right? So why would you pay that much to replace this brush when you can go over to 5 and Below and you can get a whole set of makeup brushes and it does the exact same thing, okay? The exact same thing. Here is also another option, okay? It was another option. You can go on Amazon and you can buy a whole big pack of these. These are disposable eyelash. Okay, now I'm not a makeup person. I don't, you know, stuff, but these are disposable, okay? You can buy this and you can use this to clean your machine as well. Okay, you know, I mean, you can just use that and stuff. And then usually what I'll do is I'll go like this and stuff. And then if I see that it really starts to get all raggedy, then I'll go in my pack and then I'll just pick up another one. I was able to get like 500 of these and they were like dirt cheap. I'm like super cheap. And you could probably even get these at the dollar store, something like that. Perfect things to clean your machine. So don't go crazy spending money on, you know, stuff that you can easily, you know, get somewhere else and stuff like that. Now, let me talk to you guys about scissors, okay? If you are into embroidery and sewing, scissors are important, okay? So, not, you know, there are some things that you can kind of like skip and you can be like, oh, you know, I can get this cheap stuff and it'll work just as fine. When it comes to scissors, no. You do not want cheap scissors. That is not where you want to buy the cheap stuff, okay? You could buy cheap scissors if maybe you want to cut paper or something like that. But if you are cutting fabric or you're using scissors for embroidery, really go after the good quality scissors because you need it. You really, really need it, okay? So I do have some. I like I say ginger, but I think it's ginger, something like that. There's another one. It's Karen Barkley. These are really cool too. I got her whole set. I got this one. These are sharp. Okay, very, very sharp. I even got her embroidery scissors. Where are they? Where are the embroidery scissors? They're in here. Here they go. This is the embroidery scissors. I like these. These are very, very, very good and stuff. I also have scissors that Miss Bank gifted me. A little scissor here. And I got to tell you, man, I really love these scissors. These are these little snips. Isn't that cute? And they work. Look. Those hard to get things, I love it. So she got me this and I love it. It really works really, really, really good. So, you know, there's going to be a lot of things out there. Snips are really good. I love using my snips. I have a pair of snips too. Snips are really, really good. I have a lot of scissors. I really do. I have a lot of scissors, okay? Let me see. Friskers is another one that's a good brand. These are pretty good brands. And, you know, and these you can get off of Joann's. So make sure that, you know, when you go to Joann's, you got your Joann's coupon. You can use your Joann's coupon for this, okay? So, you know, like I said, you know, be money conscientious, okay? Another thing that's really good to have is you need oil, okay? Now, don't go crazy with the oil, okay? Remember, when you're oiling, when you are putting oil on your machine, okay, you're only putting in a drop. All right. So, sometimes I see they got the machine oils and they sell them like the gallon and stuff like that. You don't need all that. And trust me, it went through my mind. I was thinking, oh, am I going to need a gallon? Maybe I should get a gallon. No, don't do that. What I usually do is, look, I bought this bottle and I bought it about 4 years ago, but this isn't the only bottle that I use, okay? I use this bottle, and as you can see, I still have some left, okay? It's getting down there. I use this for my quilting machines, all my machines and stuff, but I also use these as well, okay? And I've gotten these off of Amazon and stuff. As you can see, it's kind of like a little low, so yeah. So, but I got to the point where I started buying so much oil, and I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, why am I buying all this oil and stuff like that? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use up all the oils that I have, and I even still have the oils that came with the machine. Okay, I got this one, and this one. I think this one came with my Chuki, and these came with my brother. So I think I'm pretty oiled up. Okay, so I'm okay with the oils, right? So I am not getting any more oils at all. Okay, so I'm pretty good. But yeah, now I'm looking through here to see what else I got in here that was like really good. Oh, okay. I saw somebody posted on our Facebook group that they made a mistake when they were embroidering and they pulled out their Peggy stitch eraser. This, ladies and gentlemen, I truly believe it's weight in gold. I mean, I have pulled this out several times. You have no idea how many times this shaver has saved me. I mean, it's like, wow. I mean, this is really, you can get this off of Amazon. I even posted the link over at on our Facebook page because somebody had wrote about it and stuff. This is definitely something that I use, okay? Do not think that I don't make boo-boos. I do. I make them, and when I make them, I gotta pull this sucker out and stuff. And it has saved me so many times because embroidery is thousands and thousands of stitches. Okay, so could you imagine removing all those stitches with this? You're gonna be there forever. So this is like such a great alternative. So yeah, I love this thing. This is a definite. I mean, this is something that I just love. Okay. The other thing that I got, you don't really have to get the one that I have, but you know what? Go to the dollar store. They got them. Okay. Something that's very, very useful. Magnifying glass. Okay. This is one that I just took from my husband's office, and I use it a lot. What do I use this for? I use this to read needles. Okay. Sometimes your needles can get a little mixed up. And for those of you guys that watch me, I do use different sizes of needles, okay? Depending on the type of embroidery that I'm doing, I sometimes will use a 75-11 needle, and other times I'll use a 65-9 needle. Sometimes I use a ballpoint, sometimes I use a sharp. So it depends on what it is that I'm doing. I use a different needle. So I like to use the magnifying glass for the simple reason that sometimes my needles can get a little mixed up, and I want to make sure I'm putting the right needle in the machine. So I will use this to make sure that I read it, okay? Because the needles are engraved with the size, okay? So you want to make sure that you can read that, and it's really tiny. So this helps, okay? So I use that. But I do have this one. I bought this set. This is a magnifying glass. It's like glasses, and it has like the different degrees of the magnifying that you can put in there. Excuse you, he burped. So anyway, but I use this for if the needle, if my needle threader breaks on my multi-needle machine, you know, I need to fix it. So that's what I use that for. That I find very, very, very helpful. Okay. This other thing that I bought, I kind of like this. I use this to dust off my machines. This is actually what barbers use when they give people haircuts, and they just go ahead and they take the hair off the neck and all that stuff. I kind of use this as like a little feather thing, and that's just to take off the dust on the machines and all that kind of stuff. Okay. I do have machine covers for my or for all my machines. But the problem that I have is I use these machines every day. So it's like it would be a process to cover all the machines and take them out, cover it, take it out. So usually what I do is like I just will cover it if I'm like going away, like for a week or something like that, and I'm not going to touch the machine, then I'll use my cover and all that kind of stuff and everything. So let me see. I'm looking through the room. If there is anything you guys have questions about, let me go through the chat, because if you guys have questions, then I can go through your questions and everything. Because I think I gave you guys quite a little tour and stuff. Trying to get around Mello because he's always in there. The rolling carts are really a good investment too. Let's see. I'm gonna go all the way to the top, and I'm using my iPad. Oh, okay, alrighty. Okay, there you go. And I'm gonna see. Hi, Peggy. I see Robin, Veronica. Hey, Jenny. Sassy. Hey, Miss Banks. How you doing? Marlene. Hey, Danielle. How's it going? Oh, Mid-Atlanta Quilt Show next week. I did not even know about that, and I may end up going now. I did not know that was happening. Danielle. Oh, thank you for the super chat. So I got to write this down. All right, so it looks like a road trip. Okay, so there's a Mid-Atlanta. Let me put that out here because there's a Mid-Atlanta quilt show. Oh, that sounds like fun. I got to check that out because I probably would like to go and stuff. So I'm definitely going to check that out, Danielle. Thank you so much for posting that because I did not know about that. That's pretty cool. I'm definitely going to have to check that out and stuff. And I'll let you know if I'll post it on Facebook if I'm going to go. But as a matter of fact, I will look that up and I'll post the information on Facebook so that folks can go if they want to and stuff. Hey, Marlene. I see Shirley. Hey, Karen. Hey, Wendy. Maria. Deborah. Hey, Nancy. I see Marcia. Hey, Mary. Robin. I see Joan. Eleanor. Okay. Oh, that's where my sound went. Hey, Tammy. How you doing? And I hope my sound is working because I've been talking up a storm for the last hour and a half, I think. Okay, so that would suck if I've been talking all by myself, but y'all been hanging in there, so. See, Beth, Karen, Danielle, Tammy. Okay, you guys could hear me. Okay, good, because I would be like, that would suck if I was talking and nobody heard me. I see Annette. Hey, Danny. Hey, MAB Designs. Oh, do you have a stabilizer calculator? No, I don't. However, since you mentioned, Danny, stabilizers, I do have a whole lot of stabilizer, but I don't know what you mean by stabilizer calculator. I'll have to look that up. I have a whole bunch of stabilizer. I got tearaway, I got cutaway, I got sticky, I got no show mesh. I got the melt away, I got the toppings, I got the different weights of cutaway. Whew, I even got, let me tell you, this was a good buy. Miss Banks told me about this stabilizer, and they sell it in Joann's. Check out this stabilizer, guys. And I'm going to put this on here so you guys can see it. See that right here? It says embroidery interfacing tearaway. And see the number? It says 360 easy stitch. Let me tell you about this stabilizer. Miss Banks was the one that taught me about this. Look at this. It's perforated. See how it's perforated? It makes it so easy for you to rip when you are done embroidering. So this is this is tearaway, and it's perforated. Isn't that cool? It's not like the other. Now I bought a whole bunch of it, and I have to tell you, I've been using it. Okay, now for my kitchen towels, I'm still using my paper tearaway. But I have to tell you, I really love this stabilizer. She's the one that told me about it, and she sent me like a sample. You know, she gave me a sample when I saw her, and you know, she just tore a little bit, and she gave it to me, and I looked at it, and I was like, oh. And then she told me, she said, oh, I get it from Joann's. Now you can also order this from Amazon, okay? But the thing is, I would get it from Joann's because if you get it from Amazon, you're going to pay the price that they want. And then, you know, yeah, you'll get probably next day shipping and all that kind of stuff and everything. But what I like about Joann's is you get to use their coupons. And, you know, it's just to me a lot cheaper, right? So I'll go on Joann's and I'll like order like a bulk of it. And then I'll use my coupons and all that kind of stuff. So I say get, so that's a very good stabilizer that Miss Banks taught me about. So just want to share that with you guys. So you guys may want to check it out. Just buy like a yard, you know. I think a yard is about like maybe $4.99 or $3.99, something. It wasn't that bad. But what I would do is just buy a yard, or even ask for half a yard and stuff like that, just so you could try it and stuff. But I will tell you, you're going to like it because I really love that stabilizer is perforated. And she's right. You know, it makes tearing the stabilizer so much easier. It really, really, really does. Let's see. But yeah, a stabilizer calculator, Danny. I don't know what you mean by that. Okay. Let's see. Oh, everybody's saying hi to you. Robin said hi, Mello. Hey, Annette. Hey, Allison. Hey, Judy. Hey, Angela. Look at that. Oh, yep. Okay, Marsha said right here. Remember when I was just talking to you guys about the cost of embroidery machines? I mean, it can get crazy, guys. It really can and stuff. So she says her costs more than the 10 needle. It's very, very true. And the thing is, too, I gotta tell you something. I mean, those machines are like, wow. I mean, they're nice. They really are nice. They have really great functionality. So, yeah. And I'm telling you, the Luminaire is like, it's like the Tesla of the flatbed machines. It really is. I mean, it's nice. It's really nice, but it's very expensive. I mean, I think when I looked at it, it was over $15,000. So I mean, but it's a nice machine and stuff. Oh my God. I would love to play with that. Even though I stare at it every time I go to the sewing room, but I'm afraid to touch it because that is like, you know, I feel like I want it, you know? So I'm like, and I have enough machines, okay? The last machine I bought was the Brother Airflow 3000. And I love the machine. I really do. And stuff. But I got to find more time to play with my machines and stuff. Hey, Small Fry, how are you? Let's see. Oh yeah, where's Iris? Iris is missing. And so I hope she's okay. Maybe I'll send her a message to Messenger to see. Yep, she watched from her hospital bed. That is true. I'll definitely have to do that. I never used a magnetic hoop. I used my magnetic hoop all the time, Robin. All the time. And stuff. I even used the magnet. They have magnetic hoops for the single needle, and I use the magnetic hoop for the single needle. But I have to admit, for the single needle, I use both. Okay, but for my multi needle machine, I always use my mighty hoops. Always. Even though my machine came with its own hoops, I've never used them. I've always just used the mighty hoops because I feel like they're just so much easier and stuff. But they do cost an arm and a leg. I'll tell you that. But I mean, I have absolutely no regrets buying them. Hey, Eartha, how are you? But my hubby can't be around magnetic stuff. He has a pacemaker. Oh, yes, that is true. Yes, Judy. Thank you for pointing that out. I'm gonna put that out there. That is one thing that you need to really be conscientious about. These mighty hoops, especially for the multi machines, the magnets are so strong. And if you look on it, okay, I'm gonna show you. They have a big warning on it. Okay. Yeah, these have big warnings on them. Okay, see, like right here it says keep it away from the computers and the hard drives. You don't want to mess up anything. Very strong magnets, and they are strong. Pinch hazard. Oh, they are a pinch hazard board. That happened to me once, not again. And then also, if you have a pacemaker, don't you know. So yeah, and you know, and there was a time when I thought I was having heart issues. I thought I was, and I had to go get my heart scanned and all that kind of stuff. And I remember telling my husband, "Oh my God, what if there's something like really bad and I have to get like a pacemaker? I have to get rid of all my mighty hoops, you know, because I won't be able to use them, and I would have to go the old-fashioned route, you know, and stuff." But yeah, but fortunately everything was good and stuff. You know, they didn't really find anything and stuff, so that was pretty good. So I guess it was just anxiety or something. I don't know, you know, and stuff. So anyway, but yeah, you got to be very conscientious of that. Okay, you know, if you have a pacemaker or something like that, make sure that you store those mighty hoops properly, that you use them properly so you don't lose any fingers and stuff like that. And you know, if you have anybody that has a pacemaker or something like that, they can't be around these at all. So yeah, that's for sure. Let's see. I have seen a dark cloud hanging over here lately. Okay. Let's see. Just got my hooping station magnetic hoops. Definitely a game changer. Love them. Oh, I'm so glad you do like them. They are really, especially the hooping station for the single needle machine. I mean, you know, if you're doing baby onesies, shirts and all that kind of stuff, that really does help you, you know, really hoop your items correctly. Because one of the struggles that a lot of people have when they're hooping items is that, you know, sometimes your hoop will shift on the table or the fabric will move and stuff like that. When you have that hooping station, it's like you will always hoop perfectly, you know. So I will definitely link that video where I did the in-depth review for the single needle hooping station, because that is like, I was when I finally got it, I was like, oh, I wish I had this a long time ago, because you always hoop perfect. And in the video, I show you how to do an adult shirt, how to do a baby onesie, and stuff. And I use the different types of hoops and how you can center stuff and everything. So it was, I mean, it's a really good video. And I'm telling you, the hooping stations, I mean, they are pricey. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's like with embroidery, sometimes you could feel like you got a hole in your pocketbook and the money just keeps flying out and stuff, because every time you turn around, there's something else that you'll get that, to try to make your life easier as you're embroidering and stuff. So it can get kind of pricey and stuff. But there's some things that I've gotten where I'm kind of like, oh, okay, I'm glad I really got this. And there's other things where I'm kind of like, okay, why did I get it? But honestly, I've been pretty fortunate. Mostly everything. Now, it's just the sewing thread. I was like, blah. I really screwed up on that. The vinyl, I didn't really pay attention to making sure that when I was buying the vinyl, it was really true, good quality vinyl. I screwed up on that. Where else did I screw up on? Let me see. Containers, plastic containers for storage. Kind of screwed up on one. I bought one from Michael's and it had like a bunch of little cases in it. It very flimsy. It wasn't really good quality. So I was just like, okay, but it was really, really cheap. I bought it with Michael's reward points, right? So it's not like it really cost me much, right? Just cost me my points, so I was like, okay, fine. I just got to be more careful when I pick stuff on the internet. Maybe, when I'm looking for storage bins and stuff like that, I'll go to Michael's, look at the storage bin, and then I'll buy it on the internet so that I can get my cash back and all that stuff. So, yeah. So, I mean, but it all works out and stuff. But I'm glad that a small fry, that you really do like the station and stuff. Hey Simone, I got an order today when I was talking with my mom's barber. He wants me to embroider a smock. I was so shocked and it happened so fast. Just happy to get that order. That is awesome, Simone. Congratulations. That is so cool. I'm telling you, word of mouth. And then before you know it, when you do this order, chances are the word's going to get out. And before you know it, you're going to be doing a lot more. So, yeah. But, you will always remember your first order, because that's like, wow, So, yeah, congratulations. I think that is so awesome. That is so cool. Let's see. Oh, hey, Aaron from Russia. How are you? How you doing? Let's see. Especially since you get the first one, you realize how easy it is and you want more hoops. Space is an issue for me. Yep. Well, as you can see, looking through my room, spaces also has become an issue with me. That's one of the things too, is that I've been trying to go through the room bit by bit to see what I should de-stash, right? What stuff that I have bought that no longer need. Now, one thing though that I do think to myself is, there was a moment where I bought this where I thought I needed it, and I don't want to go ahead and de-stash it, and then all of a sudden it's like I'm buying it all over again, right? Because now I'm gonna need it, So yeah, but space can be an issue for most, which is and for fabrics, right? I bought all this fabric. That's another thing too. When you're buying fabric, buying fabric can be an addiction. It really can. It can. I was just like, I have to stay away from Joann's and Hobby Lobby, but that is the first thing that I want to do, is I want to go in there and hang out in the fabric section, right? But I can't do that because I know me. I'm going to, first of all, when I walk by them, I feel like I got to touch the fabric, right? So I'm touching the fabric because I remember when I went to the quilt show with Miss Banks taught me the difference between good quality fabric and you know, and fabric that's pretty kind of cheap, right? So I love to go in there and I love to touch the fabric. And when you're touching the fabric, of course, you're going to look at the fabric. When you look at the fabric, you end up falling in love with the fabric. When you fall in love with the fabric, you buy the fabric. So then you're like, then I go home and I look at the fabric and I'm like, now what? Now I got to make something, you know? And to make something, you got to find the time. So, you know, yeah. So, but I'm going to have to somehow reorganize this room in a way where I can try to squeeze some more space out of it. I'll find a way. And so, let's see. Oh, everybody. Yeah. You know, that is another thing. Hey, Michelle, how are you? That is another thing that, Marsha, Frost is she's talking. If you see some of things, and I'm going to put up Marsha's one of her remarks and stuff. Training up, okay. You know, sometimes people, one of the things that they do is like when you start off with a sewing machine, right? Sometimes it's like you want to go up to the next level. You can always just trade it in, and you can get a better machine, right? Like before I got my SC 1900, I actually had a Brother HC 185, you know, 1850, HC 1850. It was just a straight up sewing machine. Very simple. It didn't even have an automatic thread cutter or nothing like that. It was very, very simple. I only paid like $185 for it, right? So what I did was I actually took the machine and I sold it. And, you know, because I paid $185 and I wasn't really selling it as new, what I did was I just sold it for $100. And I just used $100 and applied it to the SC 1900. Now, when I went and got my multi machine, and when we talk, and you know what, this is a little regret. Okay, this is a little regret. When I went to go get my multi needle machine, on the floor was the 10 needle machine, not the 6. And because of the price of these machines, right? I already was thinking to myself, oh my God, I spent $1,000 on a sewing / embroidery machine. And when I looked at the 10 needle machine, the 10 needle machine was about like, I think at that time, like, I think it was like 14,000, something like that. And I was so afraid to spend the money on that because, you know, of guilt and all that kind of stuff. I was just like, oh my God, it's a lot of money, you know, and I was like, I could be, you know, it's like buying a Toyota Corolla, you know, a cheap car, stuff like that. So I was just like, oh God. And so, you know, and it was so funny because my husband was telling me, get the 10 needle, just get the 10 needle. So I was like, okay. I turned around to the salesperson and says, you know what, I'll just take the 6 needle. Okay. So that's what I did. I took the 6 needle. Okay. But in my mind, I was thinking, but 6 needles should be enough because I don't think that when I embroider, I use more than 6 needles. Right. Well, I slowly found out after like 5 months of having the machine, and I love the machine. Don't get me wrong. I still own my 6 needle machine. Okay. And I still use it. I finally found out that I do need more than 6 needles because most of my designs had maybe like 7 or 8 color changes, right? Now I have a 10 needle. Okay. So like shortly after I got the 6 needle, like 7 months after owning the 6 needle, I went and I got a 10 needle. So now I had both. And before I got the 10 needle, I was even thinking, should I trade in my 6 needle to get a 10 needle? But then, you know, my husband was like, well, why get rid of it? I mean, just buy another machine, right? So I said, okay, fine. So, and that is what I bought. So that's how I ended up with the 6 needle and I ended up with the 10 needle. Okay. Now, if I was to go back, do I regret that decision? No, because I still use my 6 needle machine a lot. I do have designs that only have 6 color changes or less. And I also like to use my 6 needle machine for hats. So it's not really, you know, my only regret is that if I had to do it all over again, I would have listened to Fred, and I would have said it, and I would have, instead of coming home with a 6 needle, I just would have came straight home with a 10 needle. But the thing is, I was just so afraid of the cost. And I shouldn't have been, because I've already made that money back and some. So, the machines literally, in my situation, they actually paid for themselves. I do very well, with them. I get a lot of sales locally through word of mouth, and I do very well on my Etsy shop as well. So they actually do pay for themselves. I was just afraid of spending such a huge amount of money, because you are talking about a big cost. And that can be scary for a lot of people. I mean, for me, it's like, we're okay, but I just didn't want to take that money out of the bank. And I'm very money conscientious, and I have a son in college, and a lot of things go through my mind, Cardio's dorm, it's not paid for, so I have to pay for Cardio's dorm. I got to pay for his books and all that. And what if something happens, an emergency, that, I don't want to just deplete a savings account and everything. So, but I did the 0% financing. And when, they ran the numbers and everything, they were like, oh, well, it would cost you, your bill would be $236 a month. So when they did that, I was like, oh, okay. So instead of paying $236, I was just paying $500 a month. So that way I pay it off faster, even though I didn't have to. So, but I could have traded in my 6 needle machine, but I just decided not to, and just get another machine. But if I had to do it all over again, my regret is that I should have just got 10 needle, and then I could have ended up with 2 10 needles. But I have to admit, I do like both machines, and they both are very valuable to me. So, and they both still work well, and they work hard, and they're earning money. So I'm okay with this. So it's a good and bad, I guess, and stuff. So I mean, I'm good with it, Yeah, I am actually thinking of a third machine. And I was thinking, should I get another 10 needle for the same brand, or venture out to another brand? I don't know what I'll do for my next machine. So I'll see and stuff. Oh, see, we got a good hey Deborah, how are you? She says, sell the fabric by fat quarters. That's a good idea. Maybe I could do that. Maybe I could put it on the site or something and sell it as fat quarters. I don't know. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I did buy it because I wanted to use it. So I kind of really prefer for me to do it. But, for me to use it, I just have to really find my time. That's really what it is. That's what's really the problem that I have is the time and stuff, because like I said, I'm still working full time, and I try to film at night, and I try to fill my orders at night, and it can get kind of hard. It really can, and I do get exhausted, and I already got my friends complaining that I don't spend time with them sometimes because I'm tired. And I'm going to have to suck it up and make some time for them, because it is unfair, and stuff. But so we'll, it'll work out at the end, I always say, but Cecile, that is a good idea and stuff. But I'm going to come up with something. Think I got you beat by the fabric. Oh, yeah, my sister probably does. Now, for those of you who don't watch my sister, she loves to buy her fabric from the dollar store. But this is the thing. The dollar store by her is really, really cool, because they actually sell a bunch of craft stuff. I have gone to the dollar store by me, and they don't have anything. I mean, it's they don't have nothing. So it's they have some, but it's It's not as good as hers. It's like, I don't know. Somehow Nancy finds all these things, and then when I go to mine, it's like it's not there. So I'm like, so I don't know. She's got a better dollar store than what I got. That's for sure. Hey Jenny, how are you? Oh, Marcia said she went to the Sew Expert and took classes on different brands and different types of machines. Silly said use applique. Yeah, I'm gonna start putting some appliques on some shirts. Maybe what I'll do is I'll buy a bunch of pretty nice neat t-shirts for myself, and then I could just do little sayings and stuff, and then just do them for me. And so I'll probably do something like that. Time to start doing those projects. Yep, most definitely. I have so much material. Some of it's at my father's house storage because I ran out of room. Oh my God. Danielle says so much fabric here. Okay, so you guys all feel my dilemma with this fabric. I'm telling you. It's like I can't get any more. Angela said, wow, Jeanette, you got a huge thread selection. Do you have a favorite company you use for your orders? Yes, Angela, I actually like the Madeira brand. I actually do. But I'm gonna tell you why. Because Madeira, you can get the 60 weight thread. Okay, let me see. I'm looking over here. I want to show you guys. See, this is the thing. When I'm getting thread from the other companies, right? A lot of times what they do is they just really sell the 40 weight, right? And sometimes I need 60 weight thread. And Madeira, I have their color chart right here. And one of the things that I like is that sometimes they sell a lot of their colors in both weights, in the 40 and also in the 60. Now, I usually go to allstitch.com and I get my thread from there. The reason why I like getting it from there is because their website is really user-friendly, and I can actually just go under thread, polyester, and select 60 weight. And then it'll show all the colors that are available for purchase in the 60 weight. Now, for those of you that are not familiar, 60 weight thread is usually used when you are embroidering very fine details, such as very small fonts. Like I have I have someone that has a doctor's coat, and they want their their name, their title, and the hospital's name embroidered on the jacket, on their white jacket, so the lab jacket. So it's going to be small fonts, right? So because it's going to be small fonts, I need to use a 60 weight thread, and I also have to use 65/9 size needle. Now I got plenty of needles, that's not a problem, but the thing is that usually, like for fonts, usually basic colors are like either white or black or red, or gray, those types of colors. However, though, this particular customer wanted some kind of like a royal blue, right? So the royal blue is not really a common color that people usually buy in 60 weight. So I didn't have it in stock. So what I liked was using their color chart, because I really like the way color charts are laid out, right? You can actually, the customer was able to actually look and find the type of blue that they wanted for their lab coat. So once they picked their blue, then I went onto All Stitch website and I was able to see if that blue was available on a 60 weight, and it was. And it's already on, they already shipped it out. They already sent me a notification. They shipped it out and they're sending it over to me. So I do have a lot of threads, but my favorite is the Madeira, for the simple fact that I can get the 60 weight thread. Now there is another brand that has 60 weight thread, and that's the Glide. And let me see if I can see this right here, and I'll show you. And it's the Glide, and the Glide is usually by this company, which is where I buy my my bobbins from. Okay, now they do have 60 weight thread. The only issue though is if you go to their website, you're going to see that the selection is not that great. And as you can see, this is it. Okay, see how right here it says Glide 60? Okay, so it says Glide 60, but if you look, this is all the thread that they have that is 60 weight. Okay, that's it. So it's not really that huge of a selection versus what Madeira thread has. So that's why I like the Madeira. Okay, and so yeah. Let's see. And Madeira is very good quality too and stuff. Oh, Danielle says she has so much fabric on her shelf. She needs to stop buying. During the pandemic, didn't have to buy any fabric for a mask. You know what, Danielle? I remember that. Yes, I remember. And I don't know if you some of you sewers out there remember when the pandemic first hit, okay? People were sewing their own masks. And I don't know if you guys remember, there was a time I walked into Walmart and you could not even find a piece of fabric. You couldn't find anything. And you couldn't even find a sewing machine, okay? And people were gouging the prices of sewing machine because there was no sewing machines out there. So it was like, it was crazy. It really was. It was just like so freaking crazy. But yeah, I remember that. Oh, and Simone says she loves to thread shop. AG, you'll never have what you're looking for. That is true. Oh, goodness. Sandra says she's a thread freak and barely gotten doing. Get me started on those mighty hoops. Love them. Oh, my sister, yes, my sister's into crocheting, and now she has a whole stash of yarns and stuff. And Sandra, I don't know if you noticed, I got your mellow right there on my wall and stuff. And for you guys that has not had a chance to see this, Sandra that is in the chat, and let me put this in. She made this for me. Let me put it right here. See, I don't know if you guys saw this picture, Jeanette Supervisor. That is Mellow. It's a photo that I had of Mellow, and she actually got it digitized and she embroidered it, and it's beautiful. It is just beautiful. So I have it hanging in my sewing room and stuff. It's just gorgeous. I just love it and stuff. Oh my goodness. And Mellow, look. Yes, we're looking at your portrait. Yes, we are, Mellow. Oh my goodness, he's giving me that eye and stuff. But yeah, I got 40 small thread weights for a project. Oh, candle thread shipping is so expensive. May be able to get free shipping, but you have to buy like 150. Yes, Judy, I noticed that too. And you know what I didn't like about candle thread was when I did my first order with them, I got half of the order, and then like I had to wait like 2 or 3 weeks in order to get the other half of it. So I was kind of like, that kind of like took me back a little bit. So I was like, alrighty, you know, and then I noticed that some people were getting free color charts, and I had to pay for my color chart. So I'm just like, So I felt a little gypped on that, but that's all right. I mean, I have used some of the thread. You know, it is, I don't know. You know, it's kind of funny because you think about it, you know, it's like they say that some people were saying, oh, it's very economical thread, and it is. But the thing is, when you start calculating the shipping costs in there, it may not be as cheap, you know, so unless you get that free shipping. And then my concern too is really getting the product, right? Because my experience was not so positive on the shipping angle of that, you know, I haven't really reordered from them. Now, I will say I've always ordered my Madeira thread from All Stitch, and they are really, really like on it when it comes to shipping you your items and getting your full order and stuff. So, yeah, so I think to me, it's just my experience, especially when you have customers, you got orders that you got to fill, and you need that thread. You don't have time to be messing around and stuff. So you really need that thread when you need that thread. So, you know, hey Jayla, how you doing? Let's see. Yeah, of $150 is a lot of thread, Nancy. You know. Hey Bob, I usually get my Madeira thread from allstitch.com and stuff. And I have the link on the video description and stuff, but that's usually where I get it from. I like getting it from them because they really do a really good job of shipping them out really, really quickly. You know, so yeah, that's where I get it from. Let's see. I see Annette. Hey, Susan. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad that you like the channel. Let's see. Let's see if oh, Marlene says that she sometimes gets the Gutterman thread at Joann's. It's 220 yards. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really am not, you know, I'm just not a fan of those thin spools. I'm just really not, you know. It's like, I mean, I got the white one. It's almost done, you know. So I'm just like, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm getting my money's worth in those spools. But I do have a kit of a whole bunch of different colors for different projects. So, you know, and that's really what I was looking for. So I'm okay with that. I'll just stay with that. But as for like the replacing the white thread, I'll probably just go with another brand, and I'll make sure it's a bigger spool and stuff. That's probably what I'll do. I have goats. Did I say goats? It was coats. Coats, I think, is the name of it. Of the, is it Coats and Clark? I think it's Coats and Clark thread and stuff. Let me see. $15. Oh, Miss Banks says that Gitterman thread, it is a really good thread, and they do sell the larger spools of 1,000. Oh, that's pretty good. 1,094 yards, but it costs $15 plus a spool. You know, but still, that's over 1,000 yards. That's a lot of thread. So you know what? I am gonna look into that because I'm gonna see, because it is a good thread and I do like it. But like I said, I just don't like having it so small like that because I feel like it runs out too much. You know, let's see, where are we? Let's see. Hey, Mary. Oh, she likes the Gutterman thread, but got a couple because they are small, and I don't feel comfortable embroidering a big project with what's left. Well, you know, I don't use that thread to embroider. I actually use that to sew. I actually use embroidery thread to embroider and stuff. Hey Eve, how you doing from the baby booty? She's in the house. Thank you. Yes, if you like today's video, please hit the like button and stuff. Oh yes, my sister has an Aussie iron. I don't know. Let me put that on there. Okay. She got her heat press, but she's got that iron. Now, my sister's iron is like a smart iron, and I think she actually got it just to play with it and stuff because she likes it because when you like put it down, it has like its own feet and it lifts itself up. It is kind of cute, but I think she kind of likes that, you know, like it goes up and stuff. So she loves that one and stuff. Oh, the heat press is now $479 now. and stuff. Okay, so I guess Julie looked up the heat press that I have. Yeah, the one that I got is from Pro World Inc. And yeah, but I paid like 300 and something. But remember, Julie, I got this like, God, like 5 years ago. Okay, so of course, prices are gonna go up, and I think I paid $379 if my memory serves correctly and stuff. So yeah, but let me see. Oh, you should call Amazon, tell them, and they'll credit you. It doesn't matter that you ordered it a while ago. Yeah, I could, but Miss Banks, I'll use it. I mean, I'll use the thread. I just don't. I like I said, that sewing thread that I got is just too lint, too much lint. So I don't think it's just something. I'll use it though. I'll find a way to use it and stuff. Oh, Eartha says oh, look, there you go. Saving money. Okay, she buys her marine vinyl from Joann's and she gets the 50% coupon. And she also found a great company on Amazon that has great marine vinyl for $14.99 a yard. And I can make 28 hand sanitizer holders from 1 yard. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's a lot. Yep, that's a lot of sanitizers and stuff. And those are really cute gifts. Those are really, really cute gifts. But I was really disappointed when I saw that vinyl was mostly paper. And I was like, I can't give that to somebody like that because it's going to tear. And, I just don't, I don't want to give somebody a gift and then it breaks on them, So I'm like, Yeah, Sandy brought up a point. She said she thought that it would be really cool if they actually sold like embroidery thread with matching pre-wind bobbins. Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, because there have been times when I wanted the bobbin thread to be the same color as the top thread. Yeah, like sometimes with certain towels, you can see behind the towel, like a beach towel or something like that. So, but that's okay. I just bought the same iron. Kimmer, I love my iron. I really do. And I just love that it doesn't have a cord. That's my favorite thing about it. Oh, and Panasonic in red. Yes, Robin. They do have different colors now, too. I got the silver one. Now, the one, when I bought mine, they didn't have these different colors. Now, I think they have red. They have blue. I think they have black. But and they still have the silver one. I got the silver one and stuff. Hey, Annette. How you doing? Thanks for showing us everything. Wish I had a big room like that. Oh, thank you. Oh, the mini irons are great for sewing premium clothes. Yeah, and I do have the mini iron, Kimmy, but I don't know. I use them more for like the travel, right? Like when I go visit my mom, I'll take the mini iron with me and stuff. But I already have that one plugged in, and so I just use that one and stuff. Oh, Deanne says she's ready to take over her loft for sewing room. Super excited. Love to see your good ideas. Oh, Deanne, I hope my ideas help. And and Kimmer bought a second shed garage. I would love to have a she shed. She shed. I don't know if you guys remember, but a couple of years ago, everybody wanted their man cave in the basement. And now everybody wants she sheds or stuff. Marlene said, I followed Jeanette's lead and made my own ironing board. Yeah, I mean, it works. It works, Now, I ain't gonna lie. I looked at those ironing mats that they sell, but the thing is, it's like almost $40. And I'm like, I got a piece of wood. I mean, I can use that and just put 2 pieces of batting in there and put your fabric on there, and voila, you got your own little iron there. Shelly says she has her own little tabletop ironing board, and she also has the mat. She likes it. She likes them both. I think my sister has one. I think she has the wool pressing mat, and she likes it too. Let's see. Annette says she's got a portable iron from Walmart. And that's another thing too, guys. Don't discount Walmart. You know, sometimes you can get a lot of sewing notions from Walmart and everything. So don't, you know, like for instance, perfect example, my Serger, my brother 1034DX. Okay. I saw it on Amazon. It was like $250. Then I saw it on Walmart, $199. And I ordered it from Walmart, and I got it the exact same day. I mean the next day. So and I saved $60. So, you know, always, you know, when you know you want something, make sure you do a good search, so that way you get the best bang for your buck. Okay, so you know, and use those coupons and all that kind of stuff. Looking for a good rotary cutter. Which one's my favorite is the KAI, the Kia. Hold on, excuse me, Mello. Thank you. These are my favorite. Okay. Oop, got a little dirty here. This is my favorite. It's a blue one. Let me see. I'm trying to find the name here. Okay. This is the one that I have, and it's called KAI. Shoot. Hold on. All right, I need my eyes here. KAI RS-45, and it's blue. And I'm gonna tell you why I love this one. Okay. Because in order for the knife to come out, you have to press down, okay? Press the pressure, and this will push up, and it'll expose the knife. And when you are no longer cutting, this will cover itself. So I really like this one. So it's like when you go to cut, you're pushing it down, and I want to make sure I don't cut my finger. And then this part right here will lift. This will lift, okay? And it exposed the blade. And then when you're done cutting, it automatically comes down. Now, this is the OFA. I use this one for my pinking spears. This is a different blade, the pinky spear blade. And that's what I use this for. Stuff. Yeah. So these are my two favorite. I like them. And you can get them off of Amazon. If your blade is dull too fast, that means you are cutting too much fabric, Nancy. You need to change your blade. The blades don't last forever. It's just like your needles. Make sure you're changing your needles after every 8 hours. You need to change your needles because needles get dull. Okay, so I say it to people all the time. Judy says they have sharpeners now for rotary cutter blades. I always end up buying new ones. Oh, what's the name of your iron? I have a Panasonic. If you Google it, and if you go to my Amazon storefront, I have a link to it. It's an Amazon. Look for Amazon cordless iron, and you'll see it. It'll pop up. Let's see. I think we're good. I think I covered. That's a good idea with the brushes. The ones that come with the machine are too. Yeah, use the makeup and let me tell you. And you don't even have to go. Those brushes I got from Five and Below, but you can go to the dollar store and you can get the brushes from there. And stuff. Okay, we are going like over 2 hours. Man, okay, I know I talk a lot, but Let me see, going down. I'm going real through. My question is, how do you find our good scissors when there are so many other scissors hanging around the room? How do they find our, yeah, you guys, I think that is a problem that a lot of people that sew have, is that people don't seem to understand that each scissor has its own purpose, okay? Like you have certain scissors to cut certain parts of fabric. You have your scissors for embroidery. You got your snips. You got your applique scissors. But people will always try to go and grab scissors, and then they take it to try to cut paper. And then there goes your scissors, Oh, Angela, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate that. Hey, Crafty Puerto Rican. Let's see. I think we are good. Oh, Peggy Stitch Eraser. Where'd you find it? I have a regular electric razor. I have all the stuff that I usually use. I do have like an Amazon storefront where I have all the links of stuff that I use and I buy. So if you guys see stuff in my room and stuff, I usually have it there. Oh, Matt, just sorry. Knee replacement on Tuesday. Get better so that you can keep sewing. Tell us why you're thinking of upgrading to the SC1900. I intend to getting one just to have Dave up more money. Okay, Miriam. Well, the thing is, I was looking at, when I'm looking at the SC2000, right, which is the next version up of the SC1900, when I did a video of the comparison of the two, right? Now, honestly, when you look at the price, you're talking about a difference between $500-$600. So I think I'm going to end up staying with my SC1900, but this is the thing that really captures me with the SC2000. It's not the Wi-Fi capability, okay? Because to me, I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's like, I always like saving all my designs on a USB flash drive. And I always like saving them on my desktop. So the Wi-Fi is not the big thing. The big thing that really does kind of attract me to the SC2000 is the capability of it cutting the jump stitches, because I'm thinking that saves a lot of time, right? But it's like I go back and forward and I'm like, but Jeanette, you got multi-needle machines and they cut the jump stitches all the time. So it's like, if that's that big of a deal, you just put that on the multi-needle machine. Now, if I didn't own a multi-needle machine and I had a Brother SC1900 and I saw that the 2000 version cuts the jump stitches, I probably would be like, I would upgrade to the SC2000, and then what I would do is I would sell my SC1900, so that way, I didn't like spend a whole additional $1,500. I would apply whatever I sold the old machine for to the new machine. So, but that is the big thing, the big benefit that I think that machine has, because when I did the comparison between the two machines, there wasn't really much of a difference except the jump stitches, and it just gave you a couple of more, I think it was like one extra decorative stitch, and it gave you a couple of more embroidery designs. But that to me is not a big deal either, because a lot of times when you're embroidering, you end up buying designs anyway. You really, it's nice that they give you these designs that come with the machine, but a lot of times, you're buying designs or you're getting things digitized. So you know, I mean, my whole thing was just really the jump stitches. I don't know. I just Kimmer got the 2000. Seems to be graceful. You know, it is a great machine. I mean, it really is. You can't go wrong with either one. So if you don't have the machine right now and you're just looking to buy one, then I would say go with the SC2000. Go with the latest. That's what my advice would be. Okay. But if you already own the SC1900 or the 1950, my advice then would be, I mean, it depends how important the jump stitches are to you. And my advice would be, well, if you really want it, get it, and then just take the old machine and sell it. Because if you really think about it, you're just rebuying the same machine. It's just added capability, right? But it is a big capability, you know, those jump stitches, you know. So, you know, I don't know. Oh, there it is. Give me. Oh, thank you. There it is. So I misspoke. Yes. Okay. So, oh, okay. So it's on sale for two. Oh, that's a good sale. Maybe I should buy more. See, here we go, spending money again. You know, I'm gonna blame Guinea if I go to Joann's and I get more stuff. But that's a very good price and stuff. And I'm telling you that stabilizer. I mean, Miss Banks introduced me to it. I mean, she gave me a little piece of it, and she was like, "Look, it's perforated." And now when I saw it, I was like, And then I used it, and now I love it. I'm like, oh, it's the best thing. So guys, if you really, I would say go there, buy a yard. It's only $2.14 just to see, give it a shot, just to see it. And that's a very good price. And stuff. I'm glad you put that out there for so folks can know about it and stuff. All right, guys, I think I am going to call it the night. And I know I didn't go through all the chats and stuff. I see Sylvia out there. Hey, Ozzy, how you doing? Hey, Sandy. Oh, you're welcome. Let's see and stuff. Hey, Solo. Solo. Oh, thank you. He's a golden doodle. Let's see. And okay. Oh, thank you, Sylvia, for the super chat. I appreciate that. I didn't even see. Thank you. I appreciate that. Where do we find your videos? Hey, Marsha. My videos are on my channel. Okay, on this channel, I do have the videos and stuff. So, what's the name of your cordless iron? It's the Panasonic. If you type Panasonic cordless iron on Amazon, you'll find it. Yeah, I don't care about the Wi-Fi so much and stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. It was just something I was thinking about. I was like, should I upgrade it to the 2000? But I don't know. I don't think I am. I think I'm done with machines for now. Like I said, the last machine was the brand new Serger. I got the Airflow 3000, and I actually really do like that machine a lot. And I've been playing with it, comparing it with the Brother 1034DX, and I have to tell you, thank you, Colleen. I appreciate the super chat. I have to tell you, comparing the Brother Airflow 3000 with the Brother 1034DX or the 1034, there is, I gotta tell you, they are both very good machines. Okay. Now, there is a huge difference in the price between these two machines. The Airflow 3000, the biggest functionality that machine has is that it has the airflow capability to help thread itself. Okay. It just makes it easier on threading. All right. But if you get the cheaper version, which is the 1034DX, and I do have a video showing on how to thread that machine. Once you learn how to thread that machine, that machine is just as good as the other one. And it really does a really good, awesome job in, in doing the stitching, the roll hem, and everything. So it's like, I mean, it's really, really good. So, how sometimes the most expensive stuff doesn't really mean it's the best. Okay. Sometimes you can get a cheaper machine and it's just as good. And when, I compared the two, I wanted the Airflow 3000 because of the easy threading. Now it does do that, okay? But when I do the stitch comparison, I my expectation was a little bit kind of like, because I thought the Airflow 3000 was going to stitch so much better than the Brother 1034DX. And to me, all the playing around that I've been doing with it and everything, if I had to do it all over again, I just would have stayed with my 1034DX, honestly, because I know how to thread that machine. I know how to thread it, but and the Brother 1034DX, if you want to get that one, I'm telling you, always do a price search, okay? But I bought that machine for $199, and I saw it on Amazon for like $250. Don't spend the $250. You're getting the same machine from Walmart, the same exact machine, and you're gonna keep $60 in your pocket. So that's what I say do. Okay. So anyway, guys, I am gonna go. I hope you liked today's video and stuff of the things that I really thought were my really good buys and buys that I was kind of like, I didn't have, should have did that, But I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up because it really helps the channel a lot. And, if you have any like questions or if you would like to see me cover a topic on the video on Embroidery Happy Hour, reach out to me and let me know or put it in the comments below. I always like to read the comments and stuff that people leave and everything. So, guys, and definitely I am going to be checking out that quilt show, that Mid-Atlanta quilt show that Danielle had talked about and stuff, because I think I wouldn't mind going and stuff. I got to definitely check it out. So I will definitely check that out and get more information on that. And I'll post that over on our Facebook group for those that are, interested in going. Okay. And knowing me, if I do go, I'm going to make sure that I go with a very good, strict budget. Okay. Because, yeah, you can lose your money on those things, spend money on a lot of stuff. So guys, hope you guys enjoyed today's Friday. As always, I always love spending Friday night with you guys. I really do look forward to Fridays and stuff. This is really like my thing. I really love doing it and sharing the information. And if you guys don't know, also my sister, she's on the chat and her name is Gifts HQ. She also has a YouTube channel as well, and she hosts lives every Saturday at 12 Eastern Standard Time. So it'd be really great. You guys can chime in and watch her. She always does a really fun, quiz in the beginning. So it's a really great way to see how sharp you are in your sewing and quilting and knitting and embroidery skills and stuff. It's a lot of fun to watch the quiz. So, and even participate in. So hopefully you guys will be able to, participate. I know I'll be on. I always try to make all her lives and stuff. So I will see you guys later, and I will talk to you next Friday. And I'm going to keep pumping out those videos and stuff, and yeah, keep having fun and stuff, because we got a lot of learning to do, don't we? All right. So I will talk to you guys later. You guys have a great night. Please be safe out there, and hopefully I'll see most of you guys tomorrow at noon at Nancy's live. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.